our program has begun. We bring you laughter and drama too, with music, quiz, and fun.
Yes, ATN is on the air. Don't let a thing detain you. It's relaxing time. Pull up a chair. We're here to entertain you.
Your eyes should rest on ATN, the clearest in the nation. For programs that are far the best, it's Channel 7 station.
ATN Channel 7 now presents for your entertainment.
Yeah, that'll do it. Hi, how you been? It's been a while. How you doing? I'm good. I haven't been up to much. I've been, not doing YouTube videos. I've been kind of busy with other projects. Some updates. I'm on the floor now. I'm still using the same camera that I've had since 2013, and it's only gotten shittier. I found the Garfield, which made me think, you know what? Let's whip out the old camera. Let's fucking... yeah. So today I wanted to bitch about something really specific. I've done a topic like this before, with like trains and PTV, but this is kind of more specific to a certain piece of shit location. My old PTV video, kind of outdated, kind of shit. The car I had in that video actually died and nearly killed me and two of my friends on the Peninsula Link. To be this video's demographic, you have to follow these 4 criteria. Do you live in Melbourne? Do you take the train? Do you cross through the city loop more than you should have to? And do you hate Flagstaff Station? Because I do, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. Flagstaff Station. Wow. I fucking hate this station. This is so dumb. What the fuck am I talking about? The city loop to this date is around 40 years old at this point. Not many people know it was actually constructed in like the mid-80s, and it's kind of not seen much upgrade since, other than like the stations themselves. Melbourne Central used to be called Museum Station, and it was a lot shittier. That big spire you see where that R.M. Williams store is now, that used to be the station, I think. Source, I made it up. So it's safe to say that the city loop in general is pretty outdated. The government knows this as well, which is why they're revamping the system completely, making it more of like a bottle and linking out to more regional areas. Finally building a train to the fucking airport. I don't know why that wasn't a thing from the 80s. That's another thing, getting to the airport. Have you ever fucking tried to get to the airport? You have Uber, you have taxi, you have Skybus, and you have your own car. I don't have a car anymore. How do I get to the airport? Oh, I have to pay $16 to get a bus when a regular bus costs around $3.50. The fact that they've only just now considered, hey, maybe building a train station to the airport is a good idea is baffling. But anyway, they're doing it now. Anyway, back to Flagstaff Station. I hate this fucking station. The thing you notice about Flagstaff Station is you can't really compare it to any other station. It has this really kind of weird curved off retro aesthetic that you don't really see anywhere else today. The reason why Flagstaff looks like this is because back in the 80s, the people who were building it in Metro thought that we're going to build a futuristic station. That's why the chairs look kind of like disjointed and weird. That's why the lights kind of trail along. If you've seen like any film about what the 80s perceived as the future, then you'll know why Flagstaff looks like how it does. They wanted this to be a station that would be able to move into the modern era and still be kind of like keeping up with the hip trends. Think about the future for a minute. What do you perceive when you look at the future? Flying cars, cures for incurable diseases, grand technology, fucking cityscapes where people live in like this utopia. When you think of the 80s, you look back on films like Back to the Future, you look back at the 80s and you see like their kind of style of what was hip and trendy. Neon colors, flashy, spontaneous patterns. It was all very kind of chic and new age. But what people don't really seem to remember is that whole kind of like Afro disco, flashing lights kind of aesthetic, it was a counterculture to what was actually kind of the swing back then. It's that everything was really fucking brown. You ask anyone who grew up in the 80s and you ask them, oh, what do you remember most about the 80s? They might mention the music, they might mention the nightlife, but what they won't mention, and if you ask about it, they will remember, oh yeah, wasn't everything just insanely fucking brown and had like no saturation to it whatsoever? And so when building Flagstaff Station, they had the kind of brown curved off aesthetic going for it. And maybe back in the day, that looked pretty cool, but It's 2022. The station looks like shit. It's like decaying from the inside. It's ingested with rats. The tiles are flaking. That curved off aesthetic makes you sick when you go up the elevators because the lights beam past your head. And even the entrance to Flagstaff. Think about the entrances to every other station. I'm not counting Melbourne Central, I guess. You got Southern Cross, the stairs. You got Flinders Street, the giant... What the fuck is Flinders Street? What is that? What is it, a town hall? Flinders Street, station. That looks great. That still looks awesome. They even revamped it, put a bunch of Razer gaming lights on it, and it looks fantastic now. I love Flinders Street Station. Hell, I even love Southern Cross. I even like Parliament. Parliament's a piece of shit. Have you ever gone down the escalator at Parliament? That's like a fucking Squid Game. I'm fucking fighting for my life every time I get on those escalators and have to climb up. They're that fucking steep. But it's just Flagstaff. There's something just so dull and bad about it. It just looks and smells like the rear end. Like you're going up the escalator and it's like emerging through a brown shit-stained colon. It's disgusting. I don't like it. Station bad. Another thing with Flagstaff Station is that when it was built, it was new. It was pretty much revolutionary. It had been one of the flagship stations for the new City Loop that had been built back in the 80s, and people were excited. They were great. I can't find the footage, but there's like an old Channel 7 news segment where they're going off about like, look how good the station looks. This is the future of Metro. Everyone in the world's coming down. The fucking Queen went to fucking the City Loop building, and she was like, yeah, this shit rocks. Like, it did rock. It was awesome. It was so cool to be able to get around the city that efficiently when the fucking trams looked like this. Oh, sorry. Fucking my piece of shit camera only records for 13 minutes at a time, so I need to reset it every time I reach past that mark. The upkeep of Flagstaff Station has been atrocious. The place is falling apart. It looks like shit. Lights don't work. The tiles are fucking cracking. The staircase has been chipped. The escalator, I'm certain, is the one that it came installed with. The place looks like it was built out of a Magnavox Odyssey. Like, it's... this fucking station. Get rid of it. Just get rid of it. What I was saying before, sorry. The entrance to Flagstaff Station. You have the Flinders Street huge building. You have Southern Cross huge stairs. I fucking dare you to try and find the entrance to Flagstaff. Where is it? Oh, it's a little fucking 2x4 staircase that goes under a park that's next to the courthouse. And the whole thing was built because the City Loop was built with being underground in mind. Flinders Street was there first, and they just connected the whole thing. And then you had Southern Cross, and then as it reaches in, it goes underground. I get that. But Melbourne Central is a fucking shopping center that they've built on top of it, on top of Museum Station. That got improved, right? Like, they put shit on there, and it's like, oh, you want to get to Melbourne Central Station? Go into Melbourne Central. There it is. Parliament. Well, where's Parliament? Oh, on the Parliament building. That makes sense. Just head to the Parliament House, and then fucking go down the stairs. Flagstaff. What the fuck is a flagstaff? What is it? How do I find it? Oh, it's the staircase next to the park? Flagstaff? Okay. All right, that about wraps up my thoughts and opinions on the worst station in Melbourne. I don't know, how do I end a video? Thanks for watching. I hope to do more shit like this. I kind of miss it. But yeah, I only really whip out the camera when I have shit to complain about, which I now do. And I have now eased my woes, and I will be let into fucking Valhalla. I don't know.